Welcome back to the Outer Worlds. We are headed down here, and I guess we can just as well go into the Fallbrook settlement while we're at it. Ah, we should have looked for Tucker. I was pretty certain that we had some quests down there. Interesting. The only quest we have in Fallbrook now is the Vicar's quest. Oh. Oh, actual water, not sulfur lake.
Looks like they were ambushed.
We ought to see if anybody's still alive. They might be too weak to call for help.
Pretty sure that they're still not alive. Damaged automechanical loader. A trail of blood leads away from the autoloader. Sublight Thug. Uh-huh. Yeah, that could have gone better for you.
That's the last of them.
Screams and gnashing of teeth are real. Okay, we can fast travel to the blown bridge. There's Fallbrook. Let's go have a quick look up at the other side of the bridge, since there was someone standing there. Definitely sounds as if there is something going on up here. Oh, a mantiqueen. So if I do that, then I stagger this thing. There are two of them.
Pump isn't working. fight you in the name of the
Name of
law.
law.
Combo won't work. Ah! Ah! Huh? Ah! Ah! Nice hit. Ah! Ah!
That should be it. That's nice to know that we can take out a Mantiqueen. Not even just one, but two of them. And that it isn't horribly hard. There's a fellow standing
there.
here.
A word, if I may be so bold?
Sure.
Well now, here I thought those mantisaurs had peacefully exited the premises. But you're a simpler explanation. Thanks for the assistance.
You're welcome.
Name's Weston. Every once in a while, I set up shop along these here roads. You find yourself in need of resupply, you come on by. Care to purchase a thing or two?
Show me what you have. It's an interesting place to find a vendor. Let's grab the ammo as per usual. Cacao ribs. I don't really have anything that I want, so we can sell a few things to you. I don't need that. I'm thinking one of our people wants this. Probably the vicar. Go. Can sell the heavier armor. A lot of this I just think we're gonna break down. So ease. There we go, and then do a repair myself. Since that occasionally turns them into pristine, I believe. And you have a sword of shotgun. This is an MK2, so we'll give you that instead. Parvati, you're using a light pistol, so you just keep using that. Maybe actually I will give her that instead. Okay. What's up here? Nothing really. So let's head into Fallbrook. This place looks nice.
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Lilia sent me. Where's Catherine?
You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? That sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit.
Breathe. It's okay. Just point me towards Miss Malin.
She's not but just down the way. A 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise, Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail. I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron.
I'll be back.
Keep your wits about you. This is sub-like territory.
I don't like the way folks are looking at me, Captain. Like I'm a sandwich.
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever seen someone so adept looking my whole life.
Well, that's awfully kind of you, mister.
Oh, now, come on. All I mean is, well, rather that, you don't seem like the usual pigeons we pluck. No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme? Wink, wink.
Did you just say wink at me instead of actually winking?
Don't believe I did. No? Wink. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats.
Lie one. That is a stroke of sheer brilliance.
See? I know a fellow genius when I clap eyes on him. Too right you are. Only problem is my sprat carriers ain't arrived from their latest run. As I was saying, you look more capable than most of the hoople heads around these parts. What say you locate him and retrieve the goods for me? In return, I'll cut you 5% of the profit.
I really need to get I persuade up to 100. I'd be happy to help.
Was that sarcasm? I'm going to assume it was not. If it's sarcasm, you've got to show it somehow, like with a wink. My sprat carriers scurry back and forth through the shipping tunnels. Any trail ought to start there. When you've got the goods, I'll be here.
Sounds good to me. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze again. Vendor, that means ammunition. Wasn't really planning on having that out while we're here.
You seen Arthur today?
Last time I saw him was days. It was his team running the club. Sure puts things into perspective.
Hey, I saw that!
Yep.
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing at all.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
Let's just reload. I don't want to get on their bad side. Especially not for something as unnecessary as that.
Knock, knock.
Go away, White.
This is Reginald's stuff, all right, but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
And you say?
I swear to the Arthur, I will punch your leg.
Okay, so here's Reginald Cheney's gold panning log. Report. I can't believe I'm still stuck in this law-forsaken town, but at least I think I may have finally found a spot with promise. Down the tunnel on the riverbank outside of town. Produced 1 nugget and 2 teeth. I wonder if I can find a dentist who'd pay something for the teeth. Cheney.
Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile. I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something vexing you, Captain?
No. This is the way we came from.
Hungry? I'm famished myself. No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Let's trade. You certainly have a lot of stuff. Submit datapad. This datapad contains the personal journal of Mercer Cole, a low-level sublight contractor. Most entries pertain to slugging his teammates or complaining about shit for paper contracts. The last entry reads, "Can't believe we found fucking alavite gas. In a hibernated Rizzo lab out in the dustback. Lavitae? Olivite? Whatever it's spelled, it's worth a shit ton. Who the fuck used that to make candy? Looks like old Gertie's hunch is gonna prove out. Not that I'll ever tell her so, the way she goes primal at the slightest hint of criticism. Too much product for us to transport. Gonna need a ship to smuggle this off-world. Probably need Lilia Hagen to send a team. No way Miss Malin can handle this job out of Fallbrook. Been working on Remy, buying him with a pale kale ale he likes. Figure if I get him nice and sloshed, he'll tell me the password into that place. Did some exploring while he and Gertie were testing the Alawiti gas. Found an old elevator shaft in a lab coat modded into a hidey spot for some dandified weapon. Think's probably worth enough to make me a right topper runger after I go back for it. Old Mercer's getting himself to Byzantium, you can bet on it. Can't let Remy or Gertie find out about it. Gertie'd go all full burn and demand I split the profits. Remy? He'd probably send me to the boneyard and keep it for himself.
I offer high quality and low prices. Pick one for your purchase. If you bloody it, you buy it. Store policy.
Mm-hmm. That one looks interesting. It's upstairs.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not see I'm walking here?
You don't look like you're walking.
Physically, you mean? In my mind, I have traveled galaxies. Well, it is of no consequence, I assure you. I shall embark shortly with my legs.
Interesting makeup. To where?
I'm not entirely decided. If I'm being honest, I think I'd fancy a visit to Tartarus, so long as it's under the shield of my fantastical imagination.
Carry on then. Moving right along.
Welcome to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group, Halcyon's premier provider of life and disaster-related insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obligated to inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents deemed to result from negligence, criminal activity, or dullness of mind.
Dullness of mind?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
Obviously too common an ailment for insurance to cover.
I do agree.
What kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Monarch?
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
You say so?
Oh, it's certainly not about what I say. That's all down to our legal team and our CFO.
What else can you tell me about your insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
And who would get an outrageous statement insured?
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele. In the unlikely event they make a claim about a product that turns out to be less than accurate, they need some kind of protection against the damage to their sales and reputation.
And disastrous marriages?
Those are mostly for top-rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social and financial capital wrapped up in their marriage contracts. There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling, scandalous rumors forcing you apart, the revelation of a secret love child. We try to cover every possible hazard to domestic bliss.
That's all I needed to know.
One thing's for sure, you won't find better policy protection against sudden lunar implosions anywhere in Halcyon.
That's all for now. This game. Oh. Hello there.
Hey, that's impressive.
Better be hurry up here. I assume the robot will be coming back. Okay. View recent records. Birth whistle, Ahmed. I entered into a gentleman's wager with several chaps at Billingsley's regarding the nature and composition of the Spacer's Choice product tarmac and cheese. I was quite certain the product did contain actual tarmac, and my companions wagered that it surely did not. Lo and behold, investigation into the matter revealed that I had been the victim of a gross misunderstanding. Yet how was I to know what manner of fare common factory workers eat, and how could Spacer's Choice be so irresponsible as to advertise that its product contains tarmac when it clearly does not? The damage to my reputation has been most grievous. I find myself unable to return to my previous haunts for fear of the stares and chuckles that will follow. My honor as a gentleman has been called into question, as has the nature of my relationship with livestock. Resolution: denied. Improper form work. Claimant forgot to say the magic word. Fanny Cartwright. Claim loss of one finger. I've been an assistant saw operator with C&P for 5 years. Most of the blade guards broke last year and management never replaced them. I lost my left ring finger last week as a result. Resolution: denied. Negligible damage. Claimant is right-handed, so the magnitude of this loss is minimal. Updated claim: loss of 3 fingers. The saw I's working me lust yesterday count of CNP skipping Roy Twin ein ace checks the accident took fingers for my roughed hand and other from my left. Resolution denied. Self-disqualification. Claimant was missing a finger from a previous incident and should not have been operating sharp machinery. Updated claim. Loss of 4 fingers. TELAT shift lef ser atus nskern thy felt nocked me tnt sa slst for I to finger. Resolution denied. Claim unintelligible. Filed on behalf of CNP. Assistant saw operator 16J lost several digits due to carelessness and negligence. She failed to heed prominently posted warnings about the state of our safety equipment, and the resultant injuries have decreased our factory's productivity and led to multiple stress headaches for management as we've struggled to reshuffle worker schedules around 16J. Resolution approved. Yeah. How unexpected. Nah.
Uh-huh. You blind, fella? Or can you not see I'm busy? Why is it every sissy pig fucker who strolls into my town expects me to smile and shout awful friendly? Welcome to Fallbrook. Only nugget of paradise in this entire law-forsaken land. Like a void damn advert.
Crude but forthright. I admire that.
Truthfully spoken, I do aim to properly represent my aforementioned nugget of paradise.
Nice to meet you. I'm Caledorn.
I'll be sure to remember that, fella. Want to tell me what you need? Well, I'm half listening.
Actually, I'm the fixer for your sublight problem.
Good of you to finally haul your ass over here. I wired for backup weeks ago. Got something that's gonna require special extraction from Cascadia.
Right, the Alta Vitae stuff that Lilia mentioned.
So you got a brain on them shoulders. Excellent. Makes my life a world easier. To extract the gas, you'll need to siphon it from the lab in Cascadia into one of your ship's fuel tanks. Totally safe.
Mm-hmm. I can get it done.
I do like your gumption, but let's not be hasty. To get to the gas, you'll need to navigate through the town, which is overrun by marauders. The lab itself has become an infested nest, crawling with mantis. You gotta fight through or figure out some other way to exterminate them. Maybe the ventilation system?
I'll find a way around the Mantisaurs.
Clever! That's why Lilia's paying you, I take it. Now, after you clear the mantis nest and reach the storage room, all that's left is to get the gas flowing into the fuel system. The task will require someone with technical skills. Or you could force it through with a plasma overload. Don't recommend that option, though, unless you want to get dead.
Good thing we have an engineer. Parvati will handle it.
Load vapors into a liquid propellant tank? I think I know how to do that. No, I can do that. I think. Yes. Mostly?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Dandy. Did I mention the gas is of an extremely volatile nature? Handle it with the utmost of care. Once you've got our goods, take them to the groundbreaker. Lilia's fencers ought to handle the rest of it. I've marked the coordinates for you to the lab in Cascadia. Use the passcode Antediluvian on the terminal to get in. But before you make your run, I could use a heavy helping hand regarding a local issue. For a fine fee, of course.
Of course you do. I might be interested.
Good. This particular matter of opportunity has been eating at me for a while now. There's a Borst factory on up the way, run by a man who calls himself the King. Clive Lundberg, insufferable prick. That aside, it's a business ripe for the plucking. I want it. Clear as that.
I get the feeling this is going to involve murder and mayhem.
Stars, I hope so. Clive Lundberg, the self-proclaimed Borst King of Monarch, is swimming in profit and drowning in his ego. He's making the only meal to be had this side of Monarch, and I'm tired of ponying up for my dinner. I want that Borst factory, owner dead or alive. And you're the soon-to-be handsomely paid son of a bitch who's gonna get it for me.
Easy as eating a sister pig pie.
Guess you've got it figured out then. Good. Hit him where it hurts. And his gut or his production lines ought to make do.
Any tips on how I might get in?
If you got brass knockers, you could shoot your way through the front gate. If you don't fancy getting shot to shit, you can try asking Duncan for a disguise. Might be another way in, assuming you're courageous enough to trek the sewers. Void if I know.
Say I wanted to sabotage the factory.
Then I'd say you might care to poison the cysty pigs, doctor a few financial records, or throw a wrench in the canning machinery.
And if I wanted to kill him?
Sometimes the simplest solution is the sweetest. I don't give a whit about the method or the means, just the end.
Sounds good.
It'll be more than good when you're finished. Maybe not for Clive, but for me and you, I'm sure. Oh, and if you don't fancy going in guns blazing or crawling through a sewer pipe, see Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
What a crude woman. Efficient, though.
What do you think you're doing?
Oh. I was just leaving.
Carry on.
Wonder how much that... 1%. Ah, we can live with that. The tipsy sprat vendor.
I don't think I like Miss Catherine. Not just on account of the swearing, though she swears awful much.
Efficient, clever, ruthless. I like her.
Now is not a good time. It's important. Try again tomorrow. We got our paws full enough as it is.
Ah.
Always imagined Fallbrook would be
Cleaner, fancier, stocked with better booze.
I've emptied 14-bit carts in the last 2 hours.
That's because you've got a terrible tell. Whenever you're lying, your right eye twitches like mad.
It most certainly does not.
I wouldn't steer you wrong, friend. See? There it goes again.
That's useful. Uh-huh. Another door over here. Two vending machines. Wait, 63? seems like more than the ones that I have on these guys. Yep, it is. We'll buy those. Nothing similar here. And then the vicar seems to be the one that usually gets the most punishment. We can break down these things. I think that's it for now. It's a door.
Sure.
You guys stay out there.
Heading back.
Okay. I don't know if I can
Got it. Inside
I'm gonna save.
Great work.
Why, thank you. That's a lot of useful stuff.
Gosh, this is so pretty.
Now what's up here? It's a landing platform. And I can actually get... Oh! I can get the ship over here. Okay, I think we've reached a point where it's time to end the episode. So, on that note, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all next time.